All right, so you know, well, Halloween is over, and it is now November. The last day of Brawl. See, the official last day of Halloween isn't actually Halloween night. It's really, for me, it's the Godzilla's anniversary day. But now that that has passed, Halloween is officially over. So, excuse me. But however, um, even though Halloween's officially over, I there's still, I still need to. I'm still gonna beat this game. I still need to beat this game. So it says, I'd rather see Halloween decorations up than Christmas decorations. I mean, I like both. I kind of, I prefer Halloween. I prefer Halloween, but I'm trying to. I prefer Halloween, but I'm trying to find ways to celebrate Christmas well. Or I'm trying to find good ways to celebrate Christmas. Oh, wait, is this where I can? Can I go through here? Oh shoot! God damn! Oh, that's right. I got the bay. That's right. I got the Beyblade. In this last stream of this, I got about halfway through this area, and I got the Beyblade. So that means. Oh, shoot! Oh my! Ow! So yeah, that means. Oh my gosh! Hmm. Now that I have the Beyblade, I can kind of move faster amongst the sands. Although that's not going to help me out here. Yeah, moving quicker moving faster on the sand is going to help me out here. Oh dang! Oh, okay, there we go. But now with the Beyblade, though, now with the Beyblade, Link can now join all the illustrious characters of the GameCube PS2 era. Now he can join all the characters of the GameCube era in enjoying the greatest way of traveling in any video game, and of course by that I mean rail grinding. No, no. So I thought you were going to say topside. No, I got. Oh dang! Ah, good one. I'm getting distracted by all the. Actually, let me turn down the sound for the simulator. It's very loud. Good one, sleepless. No, let me try. There we go. Now that's not going to kill that skeleton for long. They're going to come back in a little bit. Oh, finally a piece of heart. I've been wanting one. I've been needing this. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, dang it. So yeah, now that I've gotten through the first half of this dungeon, it's time to get to the... Now that I've gone through the first half of this dungeon, it's time to get to the second half. Which means getting through all these rooms on the Beyblade here. Yeah, that means getting through all these different rooms on the Beyblade here. Oh, gosh. Sleep says, don't these scamelons super unalive if you whap their heads after they fly off? That was... That was in Breath of the Wild. I don't think that's in this one. I know that was in Breath of the Wild because the monster heads would, because the Scamelon heads would yeah, the Scamella heads would bounce around after you beat up, after you knock them to pieces. But I don't think that's in this one here. I can. No, yeah, no, no. Their head doesn't separate, so no, that's not a thing here. I could try. I mean, I could blow them up with a bomb arrow, or potentially. No, I'm out of bombs, so I can't use bombs. I could potentially blow them up with just a bomb, like not even using a bomb arrow, just use a normal bomb. But I don't think. But I don't have any bombs. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit more. Come on. Yay. Finally made it out there. Yay. Wait, that's the opposite direction where I wanted to go. Okay. Wait, this is not where I wanted to go at all. Gosh dang it. Oh my goodness. So, there we go. Okay, now I can go back up. So yeah, I'll be continuing this game, and really for the rest of this month. For the rest of this month. I know it's like only the 5th of this month, but it's actually, even though it's only the 5th, it's already been a pretty long month for me. If I do manage to, or after I beat this game, or no, excuse me. My big goal for this month is to beat this game and also beat Mario and Luigi Brothers Ship, which I'm starting on Thursday. Those are like the 2 games I really want to beat. Those are the 2 games I'm going to try. Like, I'd like to beat both of those games before the end of the month. Twilight Princess and Mario and Luigi Brothers Ship, which, again, Brothers Ship I'll be starting on Thursday. And then after that, I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to think about what I'll do. Because, well... I was just talking yesterday about how, gosh damn it. I was talking yesterday about how about how I might need to take a break from streaming for about a week or 2. Well, I'm still not sure when that's going to happen, but, that's either going to have to happen a lot sooner or a lot later than I had expected. Just because, Sleepless says, thinking of Brothership, I did actually go and read that review from IG and everyone's memeing on. Dang. Well. Come on. Damn it. Oh gosh, there's 2 of these jerks. Let me climb up over here. But I'm gonna try to say this without going on. I'm gonna try to say this without going on a rant. But I got an alert today that my job that at my job every 2 years or so they transfer an employee to one of the different areas because they're like my workplace is made up of multiple areas with multiple different teams, and this is a normal thing. But so that's normal, and I was expecting it. But the area that I'm supposed to join got to talking to who will be my new boss in after December, and I asked them, hey, is my remote work day? I'm currently working a remote work day on Thursday. Is that okay? Is that good, or should I change the day? To which he responded, "No, I don't like remote work days. No, none of my employees like remote work days. However, if you like generative AI, we're the group to join for that. Chatbot GPT, Grok, Conman, Ripoff, all of them." All the Gemini, all the ones that some of those names were made up, but that's what I call them. But if you want to know about learning generative AI, this is the group. Oh, this is going to be the great group for you. So, I've only got my remote. I only started working remotely on Thursdays back in September, but it looks like after December I'm gonna lose my remote workday. A mere 4 months after I got it. So I'm I'm gonna have to figure things out because I'm gonna need to either because I'm gonna need to make the most of this whole. I really wanted to keep doing this whole 5 day a week, 5 streams a week schedule. Yeah, I really want to do this whole 5 days, 5 streams a week schedule because it was like I was getting a lot of, I was doing pretty well with it, and it was like working out for me pretty well. But if I don't have a remote work day, that kind of takes away a day I need to. That takes away time I need to do work on background stuff. So I'm either going to have to take that break week away from streaming a lot sooner so that I can maybe finish everything behind the scenes related to streams that I need to do and then keep the 5 stream a week work week, 5 stream a week. Or I'm going to need to bring it back to 4 streams a week. Oh, damn. So he says, well, I feel the pain on that one, bro. I'm sorry that you're feeling the same pain I am. I truly am sorry that you're feeling the same pain I am. Also, even just besides that, this guy, I've interacted with this guy who's going to be my new boss it like a few times, and the few interactions I had with him weren't good. But they weren't good, but I just always kind of like I kind of just hand waved it. It was like, oh, they're like his department just does his group just does things differently than how we do our things. I'm His department does things a little differently than how we do things, but I'm sure it's. But maybe I just need to think that okay, since we do things differently, that's how it is. Our departments do things differently, and I just need to realize that, accept that. And then after finding out this news today, there's like, find out like this guy doesn't like this guy doesn't allow his employees to work remote days, and he really pushes generative AI forward. All those things was like, oh no, I need to give him the benefit of the doubt. It was like, oh, these weren't pink flags all along. These were red flags. These were blood red flags. So this is not my current job, but I went from a completely remote position to where I am now working in office demands I be in before 9 a.m. Ah. Again, sorry to hear that. Again, sorry about that. Or sorry that that happened to you. Even if it was in the past, still sorry that that happened to you. Or sad that that happened to you. Oh, and then my other option is like... My other option, like, I'm gonna... I'm of course gonna have to... I'm gonna meet with this guy. I'm gonna try to meet with this guy to see how difficult he's going to be to work with, but I might end up... something I've just learned from working so many jobs from the jobs I've worked the past few years is that the difference between a job can be the best job ever or the worst job ever depending on how good your boss is. I've had like having a good boss is one of the most important parts. So like a job that a job that can or a sustainable job or a job that is a sustainable job. So I'm gonna meet with this guy at one point to see if this is somebody I can work for. But if the but I've been talking at length about how I want to move out of the town I'm currently in, like find a new job and move out of the town I'm currently in. I Depending on how things look with this new guy, with this well not this new guy because he's been working there for some time. Depending on how things will work, I might end up having to start making plans very quickly. So if the job market wasn't absolute garbage right now, from middle managers hard rallying to get people back in office buildings, and the need to earn money for shareholders didn't dictate every company's actions, we could all have decent jobs. Oh, definitely agree. Definitely agree. Wait. Oh. Yeah, I absolutely agree. If it wasn't for, it's gonna be again. I'm gonna try to at least meet with this guy before I decide. Okay, no, this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to try to find a different job. And I mean, considering I'll have no idea how long it'll take to find a new job, I could still end up having to work for this guy for quite some time. Just from how I what I've already talked with him, from the times I've already talked with him, from the times I've already met with him and worked with him, has kind of told me that okay, this is has kind of already told me that that this guy's not gonna be as good as my current boss. Oh, yeah, Link. Yeah, okay, yeah, Link was gonna sing in there. So I'd mentioned like at some point next year wanting to do that subathon. Well, I might have to move that up. Just I might have to move that up just to try to get enough money to help me move. Depending, this is just depending on how things go. Hate, I really don't like saying that because this is something I want. If I did do this subathon, I really wanted to wait to do it until after I beaten a bunch of the games from People's Choice. Yeah, I wanted to save this whole subathon as like a thing I didn't start until after I'd beaten most of the games from People's Choice and D&D Delights, but might have to change that. I don't even know. Well, I mean, I don't even really know right now if I'm going to. This is just me being this is just me being cautious, so I don't even know. Yeah, this is just me being cautious and like I'm maybe even paranoid just because well, every interaction I've had with this guy has not, or most of the interactions I've had with this guy have not been good. So anyway, that's how my day went. Hope you all have gone. Hope you all have gone a lot better. God dang. Oh no. Okay, well, no, that's not okay. Let me actually go to the top of the. Let me go to the top of this area here again and try to jump off from there. I'm. I would be really curious to find out. Actually, you know what? With all the weird collaborations that have happened, like we just got Digimon plus, we just got we're getting like Digimon cross Godzilla. We're getting a Transformers cross Monster Hunter. I am. What if Nintendo were to make a crossover with Beyblade, where it's just like Beyblade, the top that was released, the top that's released is like the yeah, the top that they were released would be like Link's like spinner here. Oh, thank goodness I actually made it. Oh no 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 no! Damn it! Never mind. Come on, come on, get over there! Come on! Ah, dang. Oh, yeah, yay! On a more positive note, on a much more positive note, very excited to start. Oh dang! Very excited to start Brothership. It's been one of those cases where Well, there hasn't really been a lot of reveals for Brother Ships. Like, most of the trailers for Brother Ships have just shown off the gameplay, not really much about the story. But from, I actually haven't really looked at many of the trailers just to, yeah, I haven't looked at many of the trailers just so I could go in fresh. Slim says there is a current running Beyblade series, but I doubt we'd get a crossover from a nearly 20-year-old game. True, true. It would be really funny though. Yay. I think. Wait. Those flames lighting up are making me worried. Oh, never mind. Okay, this is. Yeah, alright, this is the right thing to do. Alright, time for more Beyblading. Am I? Wow, I'm already at the boss door? Feels I'm a little. Yeah, feels a little quick. Well, I guess there is a couple of areas that I didn't go back and explore. Because I. There's a couple areas I didn't go back and explore because I just went straight along the rooms. I'll be honest. I think so far, I think I'm terrible. I'm terrible at exploration in this game specifically. I don't. I'm learning. I'm learning that I don't have the best short-term memory, and that when it comes to stuff like side objectives in games, I really need like some sort of list to help keep track, like some sort of list, or just like something very big and obvious to make me to help me keep track of like what like side objectives. So it's like I know I've just been like running from like main story point to main story point in this game, but it's really just because I've the game is just it's really just because the game has been like, okay, go here next. I'm like, okay, and I didn't even stop, and I haven't really even stopped to consider like, oh wait, there's this other thing I could do. Really, probably out of all the Zelda games I've played, probably the Zelda game I did the most exploration in. Oh, I mean, I'd probably say it would be Breath of the Wild slash Tears of the Kingdom when I played those. Yay. Oh, that's right. It's the giant, like, monster skeleton. It's the monster skeleton. Monster skeleton. The skelemonster. Oh, yeah, I was saying earlier, I might have to take a break at some point during late November, early December. I'm not sure when. Uh, I'm not sure when, but part of that break would be, if it does happen in November, December, part of that break would be preparing a little bit more for the Brawl a Day game binge. Because I came up with like in our two, and I came up with some ideas to make it a bit more Crimnessy, or to bit fit more in the Crimness season. Also, like including if I can take the break, if I can take the, depending on when I take that break, and if I can get together like things for it, maybe even decorating this room a little bit for Crimness. So it says, "Go monster Skemelin. Go monster Skemelin." Oh, hi Zan. You still live. How astonishing. No wonder they call you hero. But this is truly a bittersweet reunion. Truly. For I fear this is the last time I will see you alive. Oh, that's a big sword. Well, great job, Doofus. You just stabbed your own monster in the head. Wow. This honestly is like the perfect monster boss for the perfect boss for this sort of area. Considering all the undead in here, we got a big monster Scamelon. And you can tell it's a big threat because it's yelling even though it doesn't have lungs. It's yelling through sheer power. It's yelling through its own power. Oh. Oh gosh, I don't like those things. I really don't like those things. Oh, those are different looking kind of skeletons. Oh shit. Gosh. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yay! Just lightly tapped it with the Beyblade. Yeah, just lightly tapped it with the Beyblade. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, it's actually ricocheting me off with the different skeleton bodies. Oh wait, no. Come on. Oh. There. Well, okay. I mean, I guess I made it up here. Uh-oh. Well, that reaches all the way up here. God dang it. Come on. Come on. No. Oh, gosh. I guess let me climb back up. Damn. Mm. Mm. Oh, damn it, it didn't hit it. Okay. Or didn't do enough damage. Come on, come on, get over there, Link. Get over there. Yay. So I need to hit, yeah, so I need to do the Beyblade jump. So I need to hit the Beyblade jump into its spine. I see. Oh, damn it. Come on. You know, I wonder if this boss's design. I wonder if this boss's design was maybe an influence on that one Dark Souls 3 boss that is also the giant giant upper body of a skeleton with giant scamelon with giant scamelon arms and a giant skull. Yeah, that skull's still there, so I remember there being a I see all those Beyblade tracks on the wall. I know there's a part 2 to this. No. Okay, no. Come, now come on, wake up. I know you're just pretending. I know you're not really dead. You're not. Well, you are dead. You're undead. So I know you're not dead. Re-dead. Or you're not re-dead yet. I guess I need to go here. Slim says apparently today is the 32nd anniversary of Kid Icarus. Hey. I know I talk a lot. Well, I'm a fan of Kid Icarus Uprising. See, there are no really. You might be surprised with me not knowing that, considering how much I talk about Kid Icarus Uprising. Well, bye, Link. Yeah, you might be surprised by me saying that I don't know that, considering how much I talk about how great Kid Icarus Uprising is. However, the thing is, us Kid Icarus Uprising fans are Kid Icarus Uprising fans. There are just no Kid Icarus fans. They're all Uprising fans. So as I had OG Kid Icarus on my 3DS. Yeah, let me just go ahead and save here. Alright. I guess rail grind after him. So Nintendo gave it to me for free for the ambassador program thing. I was really, I'm really surprised. Damn it. I'm really surprised that Nintendo, like the ambassador program, like the 3DS ambassador program put GBA games on 3DS. I'm really surprised Nintendo just never did that with like standard 3DSs. Like I know they released like SNES games on like the more advanced version on like the later versions of 3DS. But just kind of shocking to me that they released those GBA games as part of the ambassador program on 3D. They released those GBA games on 3DS as part of the ambassador program, but only for ambassador program users. Yay. Also, hi Mars Esco fan. Die sword. The only way to kill a sword is with another sword. But hey Mars Esco fan, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Ah, damn. Alright, now where's that skull at? Slim says, oh boy, Brawl, Nintendo officially confirmed backwards compatibility with the Switch on the Switch successor. Really? I mean, that was on the one hand, I probably sound more excited for that than I should sound, because I mean that sounds obvious. However, this is Nintendo. The obvious solution is the obvious choice is not always the one that they make. I mean, thank goodness. Marziska fan, is that the name? Right now, we just know that the Switch successor is just called the successor to the Nintendo Switch. It would be really funny. It would be really funny if they just called it the. It would be really funny if if that's the official name Nintendo ended up giving it, just calling it the official successor to the Nintendo Switch. Narcisco fan says the Switch successor. I think that was one of the joke names we actually mentioned for it. Ah, dang it. So he says that's all Nintendo is calling right now. Damn it. That skull just like ran away. Or just flew away as soon as Link got up. Sub says, I am preferential to the Switch. That's SWIITCH. Pronounced Switch. And just keep adding I's for every iteration like no Roman numerals. That would be pretty fun. Or that would be pretty funny. Or the Super Switch if they want to just go for Saiyan power scaling. Super Switch would be a good name as well. I like both of those name ideas. I like both of those name ideas because the Switch is fun to say, more fun to say, but the Super Switch kind of like that already. If the Switch successor is just like a more high end Switch, then calling it Super Switch would actually make sense because it's like the Switch but super. Slim says this is why I don't get to sit in our marketing meetings. I mean, I think both ideas were great. I think both ideas were great. I would let I think both of those names are great ideas. Radish Shikari says the new Switcheroo. Okay, Switcheroo is another great name for it. The Switcheroo or Switcheroo are calling it the Switcher 2. Oh no, that's if they were no. Okay, you can't call it Switcher 2 because that's would be if you released a second Witcher game on the Switch. So this is excellent, Brad. Okay, so I just took a moment there to go to Twitter. I've been avoiding Twitter for most of the day because of the election. But I took a moment there and just searched Switch, and the very first thing is just Nintendo of Japan. Yeah, I just saw like the exact thing Sleepless is referencing here, just Nintendo of Japan, and it's just the president of Nintendo going, "Hey there, guys. So we had a meet. Hey guys. Just wanted to tell you." The Switch successor will support Switch games, and it's also going to have Nintendo Switch Online. Anyway, bye. That's it. So, oh, I shared the tweet in the Discord. Oh, let me check there then. It's it's so funny just how it's so funny. Like it's so funny not just how like that we still don't have a lot of information about this thing, but even more funny than that is just like the information we do have is just the president of Nintendo just like coming out of nowhere and going, "Oh, hey guys, just want to tell you the Switch successor will support Switch games. Bye." So since I know most people are avoiding Twitter like the plague, yes. Thank you for sharing it there, Sleepless. Ah, damn. Ah, yay, gotcha. But I mean, for one thing, again, that was like an obvious thing, but it's good. It is really good that they confirmed it. Uh, sorry, I'm pausing it so much, but yeah, that is really good they confirmed it because that one decision, that one decision right there I'm willing to say that one decision there would have decided if the Switch successor is going to be a success or a flop. If they had announced that, oh no, the Switch successor does not support Switch games, then yeah, there's no way the new system would have sold well. Oh, oh great, more of these dang more of these evil spike tops. So it says, to be fair, the Switch didn't support Wii U games. Yeah, yeah, you do have a point there. Well, you have a point there, but I can understand Nintendo's reasoning for that because the Wii U was not a success, or the Wii U was like very unsuccessful from what I've heard. Sort of, sort of like how. Well, actually, I think the Wii did support GameCube games, so never mind. So this is the best selling Switch game though is an enhanced Wii U port. All right, Mario Kart 8. That is really funny. Oh dang it. Yeah, I'm glad that they at least confirmed that because now, so it's wild that it's not even close for second place. People, people do be liking that Mario Kart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Uh, but you are correct that it is kind of crazy. So this is Mario Kart 8 is at like 55 million copies sold. The next closest is Animal Crossing around 38. I will say, you are. It is really crazy though that out of all the like, there's a ton of great games released on Switch, but out of all those, the one that sold the most was a Wii U port. Sweet. Ace versus Beyblade, let it rip. I'm sorry, Ace, you got here just in time for the fight to end. All right, League, let's go. We're close. We're close to the mirror of Twilight. Now, before we step in there, something I have to repeat this just because it is important. So, if you're just coming to the stream, to repeat some announcements from yesterday and today. I announced yesterday that at some point in the near future, I was probably going to take a break from streaming for really just for about a week or so. Just like a week or two. I'd take a break from streams. I don't know when yet. It won't be until at the earliest it would be after I beat Twilight Princess and Mario and Luigi Brothership. Ace Scorch says, so a nice brawl vacation. Well, I wouldn't exactly say nice. Basically, I mentioned that I had taken off Saturday stream to work on a big personal project, and that personal project was starting to relearn video game design because I really want to get back into developing video games. And it was this weekend was basically me trying out video game design because I'm juggling a lot of stuff at once. I'm working a full-time job. I'm doing these multiple live streams a week. There's some stuff for stream. There's special stuff for streams that takes a lot of work behind the scenes. Like some of the streams some of the streams that y'all know will be coming up, like the movie ranking streams, and other streams I haven't even announced yet that I'm preparing for. They take a lot of work behind the scenes, and that takes a lot of time. And then add on top of that the me being a part of Multiversal Nexus Wrestling, the wrestling EFED I'm a part of, which that takes time to write and record promos for that. So I was basically using this weekend to see how much work I need, or what all I would need to do to start developing video games, and if I could fit that into and if I could make time for that with all these other things I'm doing. And the answer to that is no. It takes a lot of work to develop a video game, and I mean I already knew that, but even knowing that, I still wasn't prepared for. Even knowing that I would have to relearn game design, I didn't realize that, I'm going to have to relearn everything. Even the tutorials or basic help guides that I had used in Unreal Engine when I first started working in it are gone. They got replaced. They got replaced or just not included with the latest updates of Unreal Engine 4. I'd have to relearn everything. So what that means is, if I want to start learning video game design, I'm going to have to cut out one of these things. And I can't cut out my job because I need the money. I need money. Unfortunately. Damn you, capitalism. I really like doing the streams. I really like doing the streams, and I really like playing these games like this on stream. And I do like being part of MNW. So the easiest answer there is okay, maybe at some week, take a week off from streaming and use all that time to just work on behind the scenes stuff and just get as many of these behind the scenes things related to different streams done with as possible. And then once I'm done preparing for all those preparing for all these big streams, then I can start video game design. And I wasn't even sure what week that was going to be. I thought that would be some point far off in the future. Then I got the announcement today from my boss that after December, I'll be transferring to a new area. Or a new area at work. Basically, my workplace is made up of multiple different areas with multiple different teams. And I'm basically transferring to a new team / new boss. And talked to that new boss today and asked them hey, I work remotely on Thursdays. Is that okay? To which they responded, "Oh no, I don't like my employees working remotely. I don't allow them to work remotely. But if you need to use Gen AI, oh man, do we love working with Gen AI here. If you need Chat GPT, Gemini, Grok, Ripoff, Scammer, piece of shit, we're great. We're great with all of them. This is the area to work with if you want to learn AI. So that means I've only had this. I've only had this remote work day since September, and I'm gonna lose it after December. Which means either I finish these. If I don't get all this behind the scenes work done by the end of December, that means no more 5 streams a week. Unfortunately, I'll have to go back to 4 streams a week, and then also, this new boss. Like this new boss, I've interacted with them before because we're these different areas interact with each other, and my previous interactions with them weren't the best. Like they weren't the best, but at the time of those previous interactions, I was like, okay, this is maybe this is just this guy just works differently. His department just works differently than how we work. That's okay. These are why we're having these problems. And then and then after talking with him today, I was like, oh, these weren't pink flags. These were red flags all along. So I'd mentioned at length before that I'd really wanted to like move out of find a new job and move out of Texas just because I don't like the town I'm in and I don't like being in Texas. Well, but I was hoping to maybe save up money in order to get that. And before I did that, well, that might have to happen sooner than I expected. It says, I feel that like trying to create more stuff for my art portfolio and doing college stuff, I haven't had much time for with streams and work. Yeah. The Scorcher says, ugh. Yeah. And I'd found a little bit of a solution to that. Yeah, I found a little bit of a solution to that by working remotely. That's how I was able to do these like five streams a week weekly schedule. That's how I've been able to do this 5 streams a week weekly schedule because the day I work remotely, I'm still working, but I'm at my house and able to actually work on if there's not anything going on in regards to my job, I can like work on personal stuff to the side. So with that being gone now, rather suddenly, yeah, with that being gone soon, rather suddenly, then I'm going to need to. I might have to take this week, or it might even have to be 2 weeks that I take a break that I can use to work on this extra stream stuff, this background, this preparation for big streams, as well as just try to figure out. All right, I had shifted my entire stream schedule to work with to be based around me having a day that I can work remotely, and kind of leaning on that day that I work remotely. Well, I'm not going to have that anymore post December. Might even have to get a different job, depending on how working for this new boss goes. And as an example of this, one of the things I really want to do next year that I like wanted to wait. One of the things I really want to do next year was a subathon. I've actually never done a subathon before, and I thought it'd be like a really cool idea to finally do one. But my idea for it was maybe get up a bunch of take an entire month's worth of time and stream like every day in a month. Excuse me, stream every day in a month. And basically do like a first fantasy subathon where I play through a bunch of the the games on my the games on my first fantasy list, like all these Final Fantasy games. All these Final Fantasy games I have to play. It might I kind of want to do a subathon where I play through a bunch of them in a row and like get them off of my list all within the course of a month. But I mean, if I have to switch jobs just because working for this new boss is going to be a pain. If working for this new boss is such a pain that I have to consider getting a new job, then I might have to move that subathon up and actually do it earlier, just so I can make enough money. Just so I can make enough money to actually. God damn it. Make it so that I can do this subathon earlier, so I can make enough money to where I can afford to move. And I mean, before I can even do that, I'd have to find a job that'll hire me outside of Texas. So And Scripture says, ugh. Yep. And I know it might seem a bit it might seem a bit odd to say that I might have to quit this job I might have to quit this good job I've been working at, which has paid me much higher than any other job I've worked at before, and like maybe even move out of state just because I don't get along with the boss, or just because I don't get along with the new boss. But something I've learned from all the previous jobs I've worked at is that um, the difference between a good boss and a bad boss, the difference between a good boss and a bad boss can make a job really great to work at or really awful to work at. I've seen both extremes of the spectrum, so yeah, I've seen both sides of the spectrum, so I know that if this new boss is going to be like someone not good who I don't like working with, then that's going to make the entire job miserable. So yeah, I know I almost literally just started doing this 5 stream a week schedule, but and it was been working really well, but I might have to switch back to 4 streams a week. Let me actually turn off the webcam for this. Sleeper says, I have found a treasure. I will share the trailer for it, because I can't do it justice with words. Oh boy. Go ahead. A dark entity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. You who are guided by fate, specifically Fate Unlimited Blade Works, not Fate Zero. You who possess the crest of the goddesses, hear us. Yeah, no, I don't know what Unlimited Blade Works is. Why would I know? I'm not guided by fate. At the command of the goddesses, we sages have guarded the Mirror of Twilight since ancient times. You seek it, but the Mirror of Twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses. His name is Ganondorf. And you thought you bet you feel really silly right now, thinking that we could have a Zelda game without Ganondorf being the main villain. Because I mean, I sure feel silly thinking that. Okay, so Chicken Assassin Reloaded. You know what? Let me pull this up, Sleepless. We might watch this trailer on stream just to for this game, or many of the promotional images for this game. But we might let's watch this trailer for Chicken Assassin Reloaded. This is what Sleepless shared. If it's really loud, I'm going to turn the volume down though. Okay, no, that's good. This is not what I expected at all. This is okay. Yeah, no, this is not what I expected at all. That doesn't even rhyme. That's the part that hurts the most. That's the part that hurts the most out of this. It doesn't even rhyme. So I said I could not do this justice with words, and you were correct. That was that was surely something. That's wait, is this on? That is on the official PlayStation. That is on the official PlayStation channel. They were PlayStation was proud of this. They were happy to promote this. This was they wanted you to know that this was a game on PlayStation. So it's available as a game trial on PS Plus Plus. So I'm actually see the most see I don't know what's more disappointing than that. The fact that they didn't that the song didn't rhyme, or the fact that I've actually played a game similar to that in gameplay style, because that wasn't even like a beat 'em up. That's a game where like that looked like a rhythm game. There's a rhythm game I once played, or like a game like a rhythm game, a rhythm beat 'em up. I'm saying beat 'em up in quotes that I once played, where just the character was sitting in the middle, and enemies would come at them from either side, and they had to turn to hit the enemies. And that looked exactly like that. The gameplay of Chicken Assassin Reloaded looked exactly like that. But you know what, Sleepless? I'm glad still that you shared that with us. That was important to know about. He was the leader of a band of thieves who. Nope, never mind. No information for you. He was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder renowned for his ruthlessness. But he was blind. In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger, and thus he was exposed, subdued, and brought to justice. Yet. Oh shit. By some divine prank, he too had been blessed with the chosen power of the gods. Oh, those goddesses, they sure do love their jokes. Well, we can't kill him. All right, never mind. He's the Twilight Realm's problem. Unfortunately, they did not know that Ganondorf has been sealed away like 15 times and always somehow escapes. His abiding hatred and lust for power turned to purest malice. Not like that one. Not like that one robot from from that one wrestling show. No, a different kind of malice, though. Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant. You're just you're just now figuring out where Zant got his power. It's a little bit late for that. So first of all, those sages. Interesting design for these sages with like their faces removed from the rest of their heads, and then like them having Rayman hands. A red robe raiding with a party of 4. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. So yeah, first thing of all, interesting design for the sages with like them having Rayman hands separated from their bodies, and like even their faces are kind of cut off and separate from the rest of their faces are cut off and separated from the rest of their heads. But just also man, imagine you're one of like you're imagine you're a holy sage who's served the goddesses all your life, like spent years in devotion to the goddesses, honoring them, respecting them, and you go to stop some power hungry jerk who's setting fire to the fields and is threatening to conquer the world. And you just like, and you bind him, and then you're like, you're about to get rid of this. You got to get rid of this asshole, and then you find out that he's one of the goddess's chosen ones. Just, I need if I were one of those sages, I need to like stare at a wall for a second just to think about that. Are you seriously telling me I have devoted my life to you, and you're really telling me that one of the chosen ones you gave ultimate power to is the guy who wants to see the world burn? All I gotta say is there better be some princess and some blonde haired elf boy in a green tunic coming around just right around the corner, or else we're screwed. You're seriously just now figuring out where Zed got his power? It's a little too late for that. Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the Mirror of Twilight. So Zant could merely break it into pieces. Once broken by magic, the Mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land of Hyrule. One is in the snowy mountain heights. One is in an ancient grove. And one is in the heavens. You who have been sent by the goddesses, you should be able to gather the 3 pieces. But you must be prepared, for a dangerous power resides in those fragments. Sleeper says, "Have we ever been to Midrule? No, we've been to Hyrule, and in a Link Between Worlds they've been to Lowrule, but they've never been to Midrule. Which, which honestly, if it was honestly, if you wanted to which honestly, if you wanted to give the Twilight Realm another name, maybe call it Midrule. I think. So yeah, away we go. So now we got to find those 3 more pieces of the Mirror of Twilight. Oh, dang. Oh, that's right. I need to just teleport away from here. I mentioned this in one of the previous streams, but I wouldn't mind if they actually brought back the Twilight Realm and the people of Twilight, particularly Midna, because I do really like Midna. I guess this is just really me saying I'd love it if Midna returned. Although I guess if they brought back the Twilight, they'd have to find a new character to represent the Twilight. Yeah, they'd have to find like the new representative character for them. Well, back to the castle town. Yeah, if you're just coming in, this is me. I'm playing through Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the first time. I started this game as part of Brawloween back in October, but I mean, I wasn't able to beat it before the end of October, so I'm continuing it now I'm continuing it now into November. Oh. Mr. Link, wait! Greetings, Mr. Link. I have come to deliver a letter. It's a letter from Barnes, but not Noble. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to remember, you can never escape the mail. All right, what's he got to say? We're Adam Stark. How you been doing? Still a bomb enthusiast? Still loving bombs? Now that's an interesting letter to receive. I think I see received it. I think I received one similar to that in my mail today, asking me if I was still a gunpowder asking me if I was still a dynamite enthusiast and if I was still loving dynamite. Well, I've got some interesting bombs in, so come on by and pick up some up. Wait, we see what these babies can do. All right, let me warp on over to. Yeah, let me warp on over to Kakariko and see what these new bombs are. Mars confesses, is this Midroll? We're an anarcho-cyclist commune. No, if Midrule follows the path follows the example given by High Rule and Low Rule, then Midrule would still have to be a monarchy. Although if Hyrule has traditional elven princess looking Zelda, and Low Rule has goth elven princess Zelda, then what would Midrule have? I think I have some. Yep, evil birds. Mars' Confess is preferably ruled over by someone with mid in their name. Well, I mean, then the answer. Well, I mean, then the most obvious answer there would be Midna. And I mean, I do really like Midna, but I'm not sure if she's got. I'm not sure if she's a. I'm not sure if I'd want her to be a queen. I'm not sure if she'd be a great ruler. Oh, that's you. Yep, well, I finally got my entire bomb repertory back in stock. And ain't they a bunch of beauts? Alright, now take a good gander at Master Barnes' homemade bombs. A bombling. These cute little bugs walk around and blow up all on their own. No thank you. I'll get... I will not get the bomblings. You know, the shaman who lives in Kakariko, or the elder who lives in Kakariko, is probably very glad that this kid over here opened up his own store, so that when people ask if people asks what's available in Kakariko, finally he can say something else other than, finally people can tell them something else other than just the bomb store. Onyara, munyara, hanyara, pinyara. Well said. Long, long ago I predicted that you would come, my brother. Tell me, did you not see my young one in trouble in Castletown? What? He has been struck standing there, for he not get any hot spring water. Alas, the East Castletown bridge remains broken. Perhaps his fortune will turn, for it looks like the Mallow March is raising money to repair the bridge. It's a fine thing, my brother. Perhaps you might consider a contribution to the fundraising to help me and mine? Maybe later. Maybe later. Ah. Oh, that's right. Link is a werewolf. He can't transform while anyone can see him. Okay, how about now? Mars Defense says, do exactly what I say, dog. Min is a hardcore queen. Well, I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if Midna would be would be a great ruler in a monarchy, but I mean, the best comparison for rulers, or the best comparison for like kings, queens, and ruling and governing princesses that we have is Zelda and Ganondorf. And Ganondorf is Ganondorf, and Zelda is, well. There's a reason that she's there's a reason that she's always having to. There's a reason that it's always up to some farm out some elf who lived out on a farm, some elf boy who lived out on a farm in order to save the entire kingdom. Although she did, although she is, although Echoes of Wisdom does mean that she can be. Echoes of Wisdom does show that she can be competent and can even save the king and can even save Hyrule on her own. Mariska fan says, "I wonder if Midna and Tetra would get along." I don't know much about Tetra from Wind Waker, but I'm assuming if Tetra also constantly sasses Link, then Midna and Tetra probably would get along. Yeah, if oh, that's right, Link's still wolf form. If Midna and Tetra did get along, if Midna and Tetra did meet up, or if Tetra is very sassy to Link in Wind Waker, then Midna and Tetra might get along because they could just keep sassing Link. Or no, wait, no, because of their like they're both of them. Well, it's no, they'd probably both end up being very tsundere about it. So Midna would get angry at Tetra for Midna would get angry at Tetra for sassing the Twilight Princess Link, and Tetra would get angry at Midna for sassing Wind Waker Link. Okay, can go through here. Sage says, I mean, this one in Breath of the Wild shows she can be competent. Oh, hey, Sage. Well, well, Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes of Wisdom does show that Zelda can be a threat to be a real threat. Yeah, Echoes of Wisdom does show that Zelda can be a real threat when if the game designers let her. I wouldn't say Breath of the Wild though shows her being more competent because she spends a lot of that game's backstory. She spends a lot of that game's backstory like doubting herself very heavily. Which I mean, self confidence problems or self confidence issues with self confidence are an important issue to deal with, and are an important issue to deal with. But I feel like I feel like at some point that she would realize that, oh my gosh, I can shoot giant magical arrows. That means I must have some skill. Also, Sage, we met your name. We met some of your fellow sages in this game, but things aren't going well for them. Slim says, I'd argue Tears of the Kingdom Zelda is competent. She's present and not captured throughout the entire game. We'll see when I get to Tears of the Kingdom. I guess I'm a bit more I'm a bit more harsher on Zelda when she gets kidnapped than when, like, say, Princess Peach is kidnapped. Because with Princess Peach, they've had a lot of, like, spin off games. I mean, they had Princess Peach Showtime and, like, the later games, like Super Mario Wonder. And then also some of the, Mario spin off games, like the sports games and Mario Party, to show that Peach can be a real menace when when the games let her. With Zelda though, before Echoes of Wisdom, the only game where she'd really been playable was the Hyrule Warriors games, which did make her. Well, actually, no. Now that I think about it, Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild slash Tears of the Kingdom Zelda is very competent because she's in the second Hyrule Warriors game, and in there they give her a light. they give her a bow. Yeah, they give her a bow that she can like rapid fire magic arrows from, which does unfortunately make her self confidence issues even stranger. Now that I think about it, Sage says, and then you find out she spent that whole time while Link was healing and then adventuring, holding back the tide of darkness. Slip says this is technically not a lie. Slip says Spirit Tracks. She was a companion in Spirit Tracks. Oh, that's right, Spirit Tracks. Zelda has been I guess Zelda has been a bit more competent than I thought at first glance. I'm just so used to the Zelda that sticks out to me the most from these Zelda games I've played. The Zelda that sticks out to me the most is Breath of the Wild Zelda, which is again spends a lot of time needing to be saved. Ocarina of Time Zelda, which accidentally gets the kingdom throws the kingdom into the gets outbid by outsmarted by Ganondorf, and the kingdom gets yeah gets outsmarted by Ganondorf, and then that causes the whole time shenanigans. And Hyrule Warrior Zelda, because there she's like a warrior queen. Seisha's question before I say the thing I am thinking. Have you finished this game before? No. To tell y'all, for those who don't know the story, I actually have a bit of history with this game. I owned a GameCube many years ago. And but unfortunately, I sold it in order to pay for college. One of the dumbest decisions I ever made in my life. And I owned Twilight Princess on that GameCube, but I did not, and I played through quite a bit of it, but I did not beat it. I didn't beat it before I sold off the GameCube. So I've played through a bit of this, but I didn't beat it, and I didn't, and that was so long ago. That was so long ago that my knowledge of the game is I'm basically relearning the game. So it says Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, or Spirit Tracks. I'm sorry, Sleepless. Do you mind repeating the question? Says, okay, never mind. I will withhold that spoiler. The moment I'm absolutely attracted by the sky being known as Oka. Well, you're the only one. Yes, according to legend, Hyrule was made by the Hylians, who, as we all know, are the closest race to the gods. Wow! Freaking rude. So this is, this one. I think I know the spoiler Sage is getting at. Well, as we all, it's like it's. You better hope that there are. You better hope that there are only heal. You better hope that there are only Hylians in this bar right now. Yes, as we all know, according to legend, Hyrule was made by the Hylians, who, as we all know, are the ones the goddesses love the most. Not like those horrid Gerudo or Gorons. But also, according to legend, long ago there was a race even closer to gods, and some say these creatures made the Hylians. When they created the people of Hylia, the Hylians were created, but are considered the closest race to gods. But there was another race that was even closer than the closest race to gods that made the Hylians. When they created the people of Hylia, they simultaneously created a new capital, a city that floated in the heavens. They dwelt there, and some scholars believe that this race lives there still, somewhere in the great sky. Sky beings, isn't that simply marvelous, old boy? What I wouldn't give to meet them. It's a lot more interesting than all these Zora. They're a lot more interesting than these water areas these Zora live in. So she's honestly talking about these games is surprisingly helping with my anxiety. Then keep talking about them. Anything to help. That's the whole point of this stream. It's helping me get over my anxiety from today. Well, not really getting over my anxiety, because there's a lot to it, but more so postpone having to deal with it. So he says, you know why. I know why. So he says, I hear one of the sky people forged that sword you have on your back. Hey, Link, you're alive and well. I thought that cannon shot killed you. I thought that cannon shot killed you. Tell me, did you find anything of interest in the Arbiter's grounds in the desert? The sages. The sages. The Omni-Geeks. Those sages, the Omni-Geeks, once served the royal family, actually. They were appointed as tutors to the young Princess Zelda. It was from them that I first heard tales of the accursed mirror in the Arbiter's grounds. Yeah. No, they didn't ever say why the mirror was accursed, just that it was accursed. Just that it was accursed. Yeah. They they got the heck beaten up, the shit kicked out of them by some guy they found out was the actual chosen one of the gods, and they threw him into the mirror. Ah, that sounds about right. Raja's offense. It was clear her soldiers stood no chance against the Twilight Beast, so Zelda surrendered immediately in hopes to avoid unnecessary. Death. When Minna was dying, she immediately gave her the Triforce of Wisdom, losing her physical form. She isn't given many options. Those are good. Those are good points you're making there. Oh, I'm gonna take a little side thing here to see if any other news about the Switch successor was actually announced, or if it was still just, or if it was, or if it's still just Furukawa, Furukawa, just the president of Nintendo, going just like randomly showing up and going, oh hey, hello, the Switch successor will play Switch games, and it will have Switch Online on it. Bye. That was that was something that we found out earlier just while this stream was going on. That we still have no major details about the Switch successor, but so far all the announcements about what the next Nintendo system are going to be, they've really just all been the president of Nintendo just like randomly going onto Twitter, just going, "Hi, hello, I'm the president of Nintendo. The Switch successor will be released at some point. Bye." Just the most casual thing. Sage says, "Okay, thinking of what Zelda was doing in each game. One held captive and ransom a piece of the Sage says, okay, thinking of what Zelda was doing in each game. One, held captive and ransom for the pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom. Two, dead. Three, trapped in a crystal from Aghanim's spell. So, oh yeah, we're discussing what we want the name for the next Nintendo system to be called. Any theories? Yes, we threw out the Sweet. Yes, Sleepless said the Switch, as in like Switch, but with two eyes, so it's pronounced Switch. And then just for every version after that, just add in another I like Roman numerals. And then Sleepless also said the Super Switch. That it's like a Switch, but it's like more high fidelity, so a Super Switch. And then Brad Shikari said the Switcheroo. If if they do any like an announcement, like a big presentation to announce the Switch successor, where they unveil the name, I'll probably watch it on stream. I'll probably do a watch along stream where we watch it, and I'll come up with a list of all y'all's ideas for the successor's names to see which one it is. I know I need to go to the ice area next. Oh wait, I might need to go talk to Telma. Telma might know where to go next. Hmm. So honestly, so far, I am really enjoying this game. I mean, clearly, I'm just rushing through this game from. Well, no, not. I mean, rushing through this game isn't really a sign I'm enjoying it, but yeah, so far I'm having a really good time with this game. However, I'll be. One thing I do think I have a problem is I'm not sure. I don't think I like the boss fights, which is surprising to me. I think the boss fights are really just like a test on how you use the items, which is cool in theory. But they always all the boss fights so far have ended up being like overall pretty simple. Says, how about Switchblade? Oh, that's a good one. The Switchblade. Okay, but if it is the Switchblade, then when I get mine, I'm gonna nickname it JY. How's that Ilya doing, honey? I'm sure that Shaba will find a way to get her memory back. That Renato is a talented man for sure. Anyway, honey, you've got your own things to worry about, so you just make sure you do what needs doing right now, okay? No, I'm not doubting you, honey, but if you're wondering what you ought to be doing, you ought to go talk to our friend Ashe. She's up on Hyrule's northern mountain checking things out, and she's got good instincts, trust me. If you need details direction, just take a peek at that map on the table. Ashe mentioned Snow Peak Mountain and headed off. So, alright. To the snowy area. Oh. there's also a big golden dog waiting for me. But yeah, if the Switch successor is called the Switchblade, then when I get mine, I'm gonna nickname it. I'm gonna nickname it Jay White. Or no, wait, that might be a little confusing. Might call it like Jay Gray. Sage says, Thelma, one of the more underrated women in this game. Also inexplicably hot, gets yoinked. Oh no, you're not. No. Get unyoinked. You can say it. She's hot. She's a a thick older lady who's always who's always teasing Link. I completely understand the attraction. You are right that she's underrated. Sleeps is gonna lurk. I scared Sleepless off by talking about how hot I think Thelma is. enjoy the lurk. Go ahead, lurk. You're fine. Can't get up there. Alright, let me try. I need to go to the northern mountains, but before I do that. Sage says, yeah, that's a more hot SFW term for it. So says, no, I just can't have a scene and coverage of the election map on my TV anymore. It's getting me upset, and I need to do other stuff to work it off. I mean, I'm completely ignoring any TV coverage of it right now until the election's actually... Yeah, I'm completely ignoring any TV coverage of it until the election's well and done. Looking at it would just make me... Yeah, looking at it, I know would just increase my anxiety levels. There's the wolf. We meet again. It appears your efforts have begun to return some vigor to Hyrule, but it's far too early to relax. You feel ready to earn another hidden skill to steel yourself for the forthcoming battles against more powerful foes? Yeah. Very well. But before we begin, I must test you to ensure you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the shield attack. Now then, come at me! Sage says, oh, hey, it's Ancient Link. After you shield attack with R and send your foe reeling, attack with your sword immediately. Excellent. It appears you are certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well. My third hidden skill is the backslice. Let it be hewn into your mind. A mere shield attack is no match for an enemy protected not just by a shield, but by a thick full body coat of armor. Such enemies are often focused on guarding against frequent frontal attacks. They often leave their rear unprotected. As when you L target and press A while tilting this thing to jump and roll around your foe, then perform a jumping slice. This is the back slice. Now try it. You carry yourself well, but do not forget the proper timing for swinging your sword while you jump. The third hidden skill, the backslice, has been passed on. Yay! Okay, learn third hit skill, the backslash. Circle on heavily unarmored enemies to strike their unarmored rears. There's still 4 hidden skills for you to learn. Don't neglect your daily sword training between now and the time you come to learn the next skill. May we meet again. Hmm. Alright, so I need to go to the north. Let me check the map here. Okay, I need to go up to the north here, so Zora's domain. In that case, let me warp around. And let me warp. This is the closest. Yeah, this is the closest portal to take, so let me warp here. I'll probably take a little. Yeah, I'm gonna take a. After we warp here, I'm gonna pause for a second and take a break. The Zoras seem cool that Link is a wolf. Oh, dang. Okay, never mind. No. Even the Zora don't want. Okay, no. Can't transform into a. Can't unwerewolf Link until he's got. There's no Zora around. Can't transform to human. Alright. I'm gonna take a short break. Alright, turn just a little bit. Okay. I'm back now. So let me find the path to that mountain. Oh, that's right. Let me go back through and around this way. Forgot about the giant waterfall separating those pieces of land. But and then hmm. Is that the male guy? What's he doing back there? Now this is made out to a Mr. Zora, though I don't really know who ought to receive it. Why is the why is the male guy just hanging out behind the throne? Also, that is a weird way to address that letter. Oh, we were talking about Nintendo stuff. Speaking of Nintendo, like the Nintendo Switch successor earlier, and speaking of upcoming Nintendo stuff or newly released Nintendo stuff, there was that Nintendo, what was it? Like the Nintendo Music app that was released like a few weeks ago, or like no, not that long. Just after so many years of people wanting Nintendo, after so many years of people wanting Nintendo Music on like Spotify. Very funny that Nintendo was like, "Oh no, we'll just release our own music app, and it won't include. And there'll be a bunch of songs missing from it." Now, personally, I'm not really bothered by it too much because I don't even use music apps or Spotify. I just make playlists of music on playlists of music on a YouTube, and just listen to those, or just play those playlists. But still, just very funny, very weird, very Nintendo of Nintendo to be like, ah, here's our own music app. Comes with Nintendo Online. Or I think it comes with Nintendo Online. It might be that. It's like, comes with Nintendo Online, but it won't have all... It'll be missing some songs, though. Okay, I thought that was where I need to go, but... Might be a different path I need to take. Ace Scorcher says, how have you enjoyed Twilight Princess Brawl? So far, Twilight Princess, I'd say, has been quite a lot of fun. I've mentioned that this is my first time playing this game, but in addition to that, the previous Zelda game I streamed, like, my past couple of Zelda games I played Ocarina of Time on the 3DS many years ago, like, back in high school. Um, I played, I played Breath of the Wild back in 2018. It was one of the first games I got with my Switch, but I haven't played Breath of the Wild on stream yet. Tears of the Kingdom, I started off stream, but I decided, like, I actually set it to the side and said, you know what, instead of beating this off stream, what I'm going to do is, after I eventually get to playing Breath of the Wild on stream, I'm going to play through Tears of the Kingdom on stream immediately after I beat Breath of the Wild. So the previous Zelda game, the last time I streamed a Zelda game, was back in early 2020. I was back in early summer 2020, and it was A Link to the Past when I played A Link to the Past for the first time. So not only is this playing through me playing through Twilight Princess for the first time, this is the first Zelda game I've gotten to, oh. I broke my fall with another fall. But yeah, this is also the first Zelda game I've gotten to play in a... This is the first Zelda game I've taken the time to fully play through, on the channel in a long time. Hey, Scorch says, back at the peak of COVID hell. Yep, back during then. I remember playing, like, Link to the Past, I think I started playing it, like, right before I started Super Robot Wars T. So the last time I played a Zelda game on the channel was back in 2020, before the first year anniversary, which is really where my channel which is really when I changed and update, I really started to figure out what I was doing with this channel. So, Yeah, the whole theme of this year has been like games I've been meaning to play on the channel for quite games I've been meaning to play on the channel ever since I started this channel. With games like me playing a Twilight Princess, with me playing like Dragon Quest 11, Neo the World Ends with You, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and now this. It's yeah, not just this isn't just like finally getting to play Twilight Princess on the channel. It's finally getting to play a 3D Zelda game on the channel. Link. A little funny that she was shaking her hair around when her hair doesn't have much physics to it. What brings you to a dangerous place like this? Yeah, yeah. Mirror. Well, whatever. Ever since Dora's Domain got covered in ice, this mountain's been much colder than usual. Yeah. Not only that, but I heard a really weird story from the Zoras. Apparently, the beast that lives somewhere on this mountain has been seen frequently in Zora's domain. I was curious, so I came and waited. And as I said, a giant appeared. Yeah, it looked like this. You got Ashley's sketch. This hastily drawn picture shows the creature Ashley saw holding a red fish. Show it to people using X or Y and you might get some information. Apparently, this thing's been stealing red fish from the village. I want to investigate this further, but I can't even see the path through this blizzard, yeah? I'm sure you're here because you're curious about the mountain, but you best not go without a plan. The mere shards like a deep mountain snows within an ancient wood and somewhere in the sky. Hurry up and collect all the shards so we can return the mirror to its original state. Let me try talking to the Zora. Yeah, let me try talking to the Zora. So yeah, it's been great getting to play through this and basically play through this for the first time. Although it is a little funny, I started this game, of course, back at the start of October, and like near the end of September is when Zelda Echoes of Wisdom released. So at the exact same time, I'm finally removing this game from my backlog of games to play. I have to add another game with Echoes of Wisdom. So my backlog, in fact, will not decrease because I'm playing this game. It'll just stay at the same amount. Snow Peak is up ahead. It's very treacherous. Not only has the weather been bad lately, but because the beast has been coming to the village, we've been taking extra precautions. Hey, the beast of Snow Peak. Oh, that redfish it's holding. That's a reek fish. That's a reek fish. Ah, so the beast has been showing itself because it's been catching reek fish. We didn't think that anyone besides Prince Ross was capable of catching this type of fish. The fish this beast has. Prince Ross is quite skilled at catching that type of fish. Prince, where could you be by now? Okay, so they're at Kakariko, so I gotta warp on over to... Yeah, they're... Prince Rawless is at Kakariko, so I gotta warp on over to Kakariko Village. Although I was saying earlier, I was saying that I do really enjoy this game. However, one thing, there are some issues I have with it, and I think the biggest one is maybe the boss fights. I remember liking, I remember liking the boss fights in a like, I remember liking the boss fights in like Ocarina of Time, but those boss fights are very similar to this, and the boss fights in this are basically the boss fights in this game are basically like, okay, do this one thing to do this one exact thing to the boss 3 times. Okay, you did it. Okay, now do this other thing to the boss 3 times. Okay, you did it. And like sometimes that thing is a pattern, sometimes it's just one thing. But like, now that's a morning alarm. But really once you know what pattern you have to follow in order to beat the boss, as long as you just keep repeating it like again 2 or 3 times, and you've got them beaten. Whoa! It's a monster! Everybody run! There, it's Link. He's not a werewolf anymore. Jeez. But yeah, I think, like, compared to some other games I've played, like, yeah, compared to some other games I've played, there's not, a lot of the boss fights don't feel like, or not even compared to other games I played, just like looking at these boss fights that I've played. The boss fights in this game really just feel like a very simple puzzle, and like it's gate. At first, it's kind of engaging, just figuring out, okay, what do I need to do in order to hit this boss? But then, like, after that first hit, it's just after that first hit, and then you just keep repeating. It's like, oh, okay, now I just need to keep repeating this like 3 or 4 times. Hey, Link, buy something. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of price gouging going on in shops of Hyrule Castletown. People are pretty upset out here. I love people who take advantage of the poor, unwashed masses. That's a bit rude way of putting it. Get in my Castletown shop fund so I can finance a shop there. Let me go to the shaman's. Yeah, let me go to the shaman's hut. Let me go to the shaman's hut here. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this honestly, but I really wouldn't say I've enjoyed any of the boss fights yet. I'm not sure I'd say they've been bad. They've just again been pretty simple. Greetings, Link. I felt Ilya could use a change of scenery to improve her health, so we came here. Who knows? If she gets out and sees daily life, maybe perhaps something will jog her memory. Link, perhaps you could keep her in your thoughts? Hmm. Let me go back here, maybe? I'm trying to find Prince Rallis, or like where they're keeping Prince Rallis. Oh, that's just the door that leads outside. Let me check around here then. I know it's in Kakariko Village is where they're keeping him. That's where I had to come here for the whole escort mission. Oh my gosh, it's already like 9 p.m. My goodness. Well, I'll be back playing more of this game tomorrow. Then on Thursday I'll be starting up Mario and Luigi Brothership. And on Saturday I will be doing a longer stream of this game. Oh, it's the mail guy again. Is it in here? No. No, definitely not there. No, that's a dresser. Where is this guy at? Hmm. I know for sure they're in this village. If they're not in the inn though, and they're not in the shaman's house. Welcome to Bar's Bob Shop. From simple bobs to exotic ones, we got all kinds, brother. I know about that, brother. If you want to get on top of this shop, just climb up my back, brother. Well, all right, brother. But if you do ever want to get up there, up top, I will launch you up there. Let me try going in here. Hmm. Okay, that's one of the bugs for Agatha. It's one of Agatha's bugs. All right, and so no Prince Charles there. No, I definitely brought him here because his mom showed me the gravesite where she was buried. Okay, it's gotta be. Let me go back here. Maybe I missed them in here. Oh, they might be at the bottom of that hole. Yeah, I just searched around up here. They might be at the bottom of this hole. No. No? Okay, no, not here either. Hmm. I'm certain I brought them here. Hmm. Nick, if anything happens, I'll let you know, but until then, please keep hearing your thoughts. Okay. Not there. Nothing else here. Hmm. Okay, let me keep looking around. Oh, could he be visiting the grave site? Maybe? Yeah, maybe he's visiting the grave site. Okay, I'll check the grave site. And... Oh, burbs. Angry burbs. Yeah, maybe he's in here. Huh. Okay, he isn't here, but I'm surprised, like, the shaman didn't tell me that. Like, oh, by the way, this... Yeah, I'm surprised the shaman didn't tell me this. Like, oh yeah, the kid we were taking care of. He's visiting his mom's grave. Is your name Link? My mom came to me in a dream. She showed me your image. She spoke of a guy who would save our domain and steer my fate. One named Link. I must thank you for all you've done. If there's anything I could ever do for you, please tell me. Please. Link, I have so little confidence. What could I do? I could not even carry out one simple task for my mother. I'm so unlike her. I doubt I'm even qualified to rule. Or I need to show him this. The beast man of the snowy mountain, perhaps? But more important is the red fish it is holding. Wait, the camera perspective changed to where Link walked around to the other side of him. It must be a reek fish. That is a rare specimen found only in the Zora village. It feeds on a valuable type of coral. And without that bait, even our best fishers can't catch one. Look closely, Link. My earring is made of this coral. If you'd like, I'll give it to you. That's a very sharp-looking coral. That's not an earring. That's a whole dang hook. You got the coral hook. It's made of precious coral from the Zora's domain. It's even in the shape of a fish hook. It's lovely. It's been added as a hook for your fishing rod. With this, you can now catch reek fish. I received it from my mother. But it's fine. I no longer need it. I received it from my mother. Unfortunately, she did not give me a matching second one. So it was just really hanging on my ear, making me kind of awkward. Kind of me standing around awkwardly. But it's fine. I no longer need it. As long as I look at you, I get a sense of what my mother wanted. What I should be doing now. I should be wearing green tunics and chasing and turning into a werewolf as well. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that? Oh, never mind. Well, in that case, I will return to my village. I will figure out... The Reek fish can be found near the mother and child rocks in the waterfall basin near my village. The fish are red, so I think you should be able to spot them. Wait. Aw, oh, dang it, it's the fishing minigame again! Oh no! Yeah, yeah. That's... having a Zora go get it for you. Their superior swimming skills. No, of course not, Link. You know as well as I. The fishing game is destiny, Link. No one can escape the fishing game. The fishing minigame. Fate dictates that the fate of the world and all the people in it must rest in the hands of whether you are good at fishing. Yeah. No, of course I don't know why this is, but it is as fate wills it, Link. Name me one great hero. Name me one great hero that didn't have to go fishing in order to save in order to save the world. Yeah. Mario. Well, I guess Mario didn't. Yeah. Cloud Strike. Well, you hold on now. You hold on now. You haven't seen FF7 Rebirth yet. He might have to go fishing. Ah. Yeah? Well, Samus doesn't so much as save worlds. She more so destroys them. I love Samus, but it is... I love Samus, but it is true. She does end up destroying more planets than she does saving them. Like, Samus might have a record for planetary destruction on par with, like, Galactus. with just how many... With just how many planets we've seen her blow up a lot of planets. And I mean, that's just the planets we've seen her blow up. We don't know... We haven't seen all the missions she's been on. Alright, back to the Zora domain. So yeah, I'll be back with more of this game tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I'll be starting Mario and Luigi Brothership. And on Saturday will, of course, be a longer stream of this. And my main goal for this month is to beat this game and Mario and Luigi Brothership before the end of the month. So that's going to kind of dictate how the streams will go. All right, back to human form. So I need to find the mother and child rocks. Although first I should save. Actually, okay, you know what? I'm going to take just another short break again. Sorry, I just need to take just another short break, and then when I come back, I'll go find this fish. Right. Let me go ahead and save again. And now I need to go find the mother and son statues. Which that might be back around here? Let me check around here. That might be back here. Let me look for these statues. No, not there. No statues here. No, that's a throne chair. And then... Yeah, there's got to be statue... Yeah, those statues have got to be around here, so I'll just need to find them. I suspect they're in this area. You know what? Let me switch to my... Yeah, let me switch to the swimming armor. Oh, you know what? It might be... Let me look around for them. For these statues. Not there, not there. Maybe... Well, no, that goes to the, That goes to the area with the snowy area, so not there, I don't think. Oh, I already... Okay, so... I talked to her, she said was it? The reek fish that the beast of snow cook took. Maybe we take a look at it and give us a clue. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna have to equip the fishing rod. Well, I said it should... Well, I guessed it would be around here, around the Zora area. But, I mean, I feel it would be very disrespectful to go fishing in the area with the fish people. That doesn't sound... That sound... I might accidentally hurt one of them. Let me go back around here, then? It might be around here. Yeah, let me look around here. Upper Zora's River. Hmm. There's a Poe over there. Oh, and I can use... no, yeah, I can use this bomb. I can bomb this. Okay, just some rupees, but, I mean, not bad to have. Where are those statues, though? Let me take a look around here. Fishing hole. Bobber and lure fishing. Beginner's welcome. Guides available. No, not there. Hmm. Doesn't look like it's here. I guess I'll go back to the Upper Zora area. It's already almost 9:30, so I don't have a lot of time left. This stream passed by very quickly. But, okay, You know what? It might be those two rocks over there. Yeah, it might be these two rocks. So there's the really big one and the small one. So I'll try... Yeah, and there's a red fish right there, so... Yeah, I guess I have to go fishing around here. Oh, shoot. Dang it. I was trying to get for that bug. Got it. Okay, that's 2 bugs for Agatha. And, well, looks like I'm going to have to... Yep, there. Another ghost to kill. Dang it. Now let me just have Wolf Link. Let me just have Wolf Link use his soul ripping powers, and then it's a. I know he can only do it to go. I know he can only do it to the ghosts here, but it is a little funny how downplayed that is. That once Link changes into a wolf, he can just rip out the souls of ghosts. As has got to be it. Okay, time for everyone's favorite thing in video games: the fishing minigame, or not. Okay, maybe I need to actually go down and get a little bit closer. Really hope no Zora gets start swimming around here. Our robot says, "Look, everyone knows ghost types are weak to dog types. Too pure for them." This is a good point. This is very true, O robot. Also, hello. Again, this feels very disrespectful to be fishing for fish in the land where in the area where there are fish people. I think. Come on, fish. Dang it. No. We have. Oh, nope. Okay, in that case. I completely. I completely forgot how the fishing works in this. I haven't done it all. I haven't done it or had any interest in doing it since the first fishing minigame, the first mandatory fishing minigame. I thought I could escape. Every time I think I can escape the fishing minigame, they bring me back. They drag me back. They hook me back in. Our robot says fishing in Zelda more likely than you think, and I thought it was pretty likely to begin with. Forget that Link's crossbow training. That Link's crossbow training. They should have had Link's fishing training. Use like one of the Wiimote attack. Use like the Wiimote as just the like fishing rod. I'm sure there are absolutely some games for the Wii that had you use the Wiimote as a fishing rod. Fishies, fish. Come on, I just come on. A, ch- a child, a fish person child prince gave me his earring so that I could fish for you. Come on, at least you could do is take the bait. Mm. Oh, by the way, if you're just coming in, something interesting that happened while this stream was happening, just the president of Nintendo just came on to Twitter for a second and was just like, "Hey, like, hello everyone. The Switch successor will have Switch be compatible with Switch video games. Anyway, goodbye." That was it. Like, no, this is like the second or third time this has happened. Like, no announcement about like when they're gonna reveal the full thing. No announcement what like name is or specifics. No, just like go onto Twitter for a second or two, announce a couple details about it, and then just leave. Actually, wait, that reminds me. Metal Slug Tactics released earlier today, which is that is definitely a game I'm gonna play on the channel at some point because I mentioned this before, but a Metal I would have never thought of making a strategy game with Metal Slug, so I'm very curious to see what was done for it. And I did get to play a little bit of the demo, and from what I played of the demo, it was pretty fun. Did I getting anything here? No. Okay. Um. There, throw it again. How about now? No, okay, no, how about now? No. I guess I need to throw it, like, in the area where the fish are. Yeah, I guess I need to try and get it closer to the fish. I thought they were just swim around it, but I guess not. Well, one of them did. Is he getting it? Please. These fish, I think Rallis might not have been telling, or might not have been accurate when they said that the reek fish really love this coral, because they do not give a, these reek fish do not give a shit. That or they've seen a very specific episode of SpongeBob. Okay, let me try. Let me take a look at this thing again. The hook. Okay, set it to wire X, face the water, and cast. When the float dips, you have a bite, so hook it by tilting. Okay, hook it by tilting and holding down. Okay. So I have been getting some bites. I just need to tilt this downward. So yeah. They... So like this one? No, it's got to be the right one. But it's getting dragged down. Yay, finally. Oh, thank God, finally. That's a reek fish. This sacred fish is only found in near the Vlor village. It reeks. You can see fish you caught by selecting star and pressing the collection screen. Ah, good. Wait, oh, get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on, get it. Why don't you... Do I have to sniff the fish? Okay, I have to... All that just to smell a fish. Forget the post and forget the smell of ghosts and learn fish smell? Yes. Alright, you now know fish smell. Congratulations, Link. Congratulations, Wolf Link. I did all of that and I don't even get to keep the fish. Alright, I'm done with the fishing minigame. Okay. I think that, like, the Hylians freak out whenever they see Wolf Link. I don't think the Zoras really care. They're just like, oh, some sort of weird dog thing. Yeah, they don't really care. Oh, no, okay, I don't need to do that yet. You know what? The Wolf Link is probably better for exploring this area up ahead anyway, because Wolf Link has fur. So, let me save now. Yeah, I gotta find that fish smell. Hmm. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh gosh, no! I guess I should have expected that. So don't fall into the ice. I probably should have expected that. Oh. Hmm. That is one smelly fish. Okay, yeah. Keep going this way. Up there. So I was saying we're almost getting to the end of the stream, but again, I'll be back with more of this game tomorrow. Wolves! Not nice wolves. Ghost wolves? I think those are indeed ghost wolves. But anyway, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with more of this game. And then on Thursday, I'll be starting Mario and Luigi Brothership. And then Saturday will be more. Saturday will be more Twilight Princess. And basically, my main goal for this month is to try to beat Twilight Princess and Mario and Luigi Brothership by the end of the month, before the end of the month. And then after I beat these two games, I'll have to try to figure out what I'm going to do. Just for reasons I mentioned. Nope. For reasons mentioned earlier in the stream. There we go. Dang, this is a really... Huh. So Link, I just noticed in the menu, Link still... I had thought Link had... I had just joked that Link had just kind of thrown away the original sword he was keeping when he got the... When he got the Master Sword, but no, according to the menu, he's still got he's still got that normal sword, that non-Master Sword. I guess he's just storing it in his back. I guess just storing it in his tunic. Or maybe in his hat. Maybe that's where he stores all this stuff. Alright, well, yeah, I gotta go around here. Ghost bats? Oh, shoot. Okay, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Can I go up here? Let me try transforming. And probably, I should probably take off the Azora tunic, or Azorma armor, because it's wet from swimming, and so thus, yeah, it's probably wet from swimming, and thus not good to bring into a very cold environment like this one. I didn't do anything. Okay, well, the scent goes up over there. Maybe I need to try... No? Okay. Back to wolf form, then. I can't go up there, but this is the only path I can go around. Maybe... Nope, can't dig. I thought it was digging, but no. No? Okay, let me look around for another path. I don't want to fall down... Yeah, I don't want to fall down there. That's where the ghost bat... Well, not the ghost bats, the ice bats are. The wolves might be ghosts, but... the wolves might be ghosts, but the bats are not. Maybe something up here? No? Really lovely area, though. With all this white snow falling around it, with the soothing music. Okay, I'm gonna go. Lusume resubscribed for 40 months. Thanks, Lusume. Welcome in. Can I maybe... Oh, maybe I need to... Maybe I need to bump into here. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not good. Well... This might be a bad idea, but I got you. As soon as it says, how's everyone doing okay? I wouldn't exactly say that. This wasn't the best day at work. As wasn't the best day at work. Currently I'm playing this to distract me from dang it. Yeah, currently I'm playing this to distract me from what happened. As soon as it says sorry. No, I mean you didn't do it. You had nothing to do with it, so still though, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I use this. Hold on. No, the spinner. The spinner is mostly useless. The spinner is mostly useless after that initial dungeon it comes from. To be honest, from what I remember, yeah, after the initial dungeon it's in. Yeah, from what I remember, after the initial dungeon, the that you get the spinner, it's mostly useless. There, okay, that's what I was trying to do. Nope. Okay, nope. All right, keep an eye out for ghost wolves. We don't have much longer in the stream though. Only about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna try to get to the area. I'm gonna try to get to my destination area before the end of the stream though. Oh. Hmm. Oh gosh, this is gonna be difficult. All right. No. The Zuma says, me tooth hurts and the news isn't helping. I'm gonna be honest, best to just, for right now, for all those keeping an eye on the news for the election, just, it's really just a best idea. It's really in your best interest to just not look at any news for it until after all the ballots have been counted. They're gonna try to say, like, oh, this is a definite winner by the end of the day, but there still has to be time taken for, like, mail-in ballots and other ballots that are being counted. I have no idea if I got that right. The Zuma says I have tomorrow off, so yeah. Well, at least you have a day off. It's nice. Glad you could get that. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Hey, Golden Wolf, how you doing? Oh gosh, I gotta do it again. I wonder if this is wolves are really getting up. I wonder if this is what wolves actually are getting up to out in the areas where they live. They're just having music parties. Yeah, they're just jamming with each other. Let teachings of old pass to you. Take sword in hand and find me. Okay, down over there. All right. Now where? Okay, the scent keeps going through here, so best to follow it. Ah, more ghost wolves. Uh-oh. That path blocked off. Not getting through there. Okay, maybe try going around. Nope. Okay, not there. Well, the scent says go over here. Yay! Alright. I got that just in time. Guess I could try. Yeah, transform into human. My lantern might be able to have melt these. I should probably not walk into them though. Nope. Never mind. It froze the bomb! Uh-oh. Well, I have to find some other way of getting past that. So... Oh, thank goodness. It dropped a heart. Hey, come on. Let me hit up here. So yeah, it's almost time for the stream to end. We only got about 10 minutes left. But I'm going to at least make it to the start of the... Gonna at least make it to the start of this area. There we go. Because right there it is. Well, I can't really see it, but... It looks like that's the area. Alright, follow the smell of fish. Oh dear. Well, actually, no, this is good because this makes a warp point I can travel to and from. God damn it. Ah. Ah, dang it. I should probably deal with the bats first. Oh, no, never mind. I got rid of them. Oh, that actually cleared up the snowstorm. Okay, transform into human. Man, that fish smell led us all the way from the beginning of this area all the way up to here. That is that is a very smelly fish. Hi. That's a very big smelly fish. Oh, Ruckus and on, just a human. I see humans not often, huh? My human comes to snows. You on spiritual journey? You look for true self? Yeah. Oh, you look for a long time. That was joke. Yeti's joke too, huh? Yeti's joke too, huh? You look for something else, huh? Tell the truth. Yeah. Oh, you look for mirror in such faraway place? Oh, why you not say so before? But you make good climb and you lucky to meet me. I find shiny mirror piece. Same mirror you look for, huh? Ah, you come to house and see yourself. I caught fish. I make you hot meal at least. My house far away. We slide there, huh? Let me come. Aw, heck yeah, ice sliding minigame. Well, at least he's having a good time. It's funny that in order to knock stuff down from things, Link just basically has to roll onto it and headbutt it. Oh yeah, snowboard minigame. Second only the snowboard, second only to rail grinding. and as far as video game ways to travel in video games. Out, out, gosh. Oh, it grew again. God damn it. Damn it. Let me just slide through these. I thought that bridge was actually the end of the area. I thought that bridge was the end of the snowboarding area. Dang, this is a big area that he's going snowboarding in. There's a lot of ice. And, well, it is a snowy mountain, so of course they have a lot of ice. And a lot of ice bats. It is a little odd. There's no, like, cool snowboarding music playing. It's just all silent, all quiet. Oh, thank God. I mean, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was almost fell off there. Dang, that's just a big. That is a huge man route in the middle of nowhere. No, 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 no! I was so close. Dang it. Oh no, I'm all the way back at the very beginning. Again, surprisingly, they don't have like some big, cool, fun snowboarding music, and just leave you with the ambient noise. I guess maybe they just wanted to appreciate. They wanted you to appreciate the majesty of the snowboard. Dang. Oh gosh. I feel like I was so. I might have actually hit that tree there. I just linked past through it. Oh gosh. Dang it. Okay, let me see if I can make it this time. Check. Almost there. There. Here? What's with this guy? He's got a nice. What's with this guy? He's got a nice place for a beast man. Maybe he's secretly a master architect. However, though, I think that's a good place to. Yeah, I think this is a good place to call it. Stopping right in front of here and not go. Yeah, I think this is a good place to call it. Just stopping right here. So we'll be back with this tomorrow. We'll be back with this tomorrow to play more of this. Hope I can see y'all then. And I I'm not sure if we could. You know what? We won't do a raid tonight. I'll just go ahead and end the stream. Y'all have a good rest of the night, and good luck with whatever you're dealing with right now. Good luck.